Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and this video is going to be dedicated to the updates that came this week. So let's go ahead, jump right in, starting with our Tsum tsum Union Cross. So this Union Cross event is going to last for 2 weeks, so we are back to 2-week events just for this one here. It's going to have bonus times at 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. PST, and you could fight this oddly adorable Tsum tsum Tower of Heartless. So it even has it even has like the Union Cross players that were converted into to Heartless. It has a Power Wild, an Air Soldier, a Bandit. It's oddly very cute for a giant Heartless that is out to pretty much destroy you. Let's go ahead and take a look into our banner here. So it's Tsum tsum avatar parts, and oh, here it is. Don't underestimate this cutie, an exclusive enemy just for this event. And I will say, it hits hard. It hits pretty darn hard. The moves are very similar to the Tsum tsum game itself, where it'll have, you know, a finger that will connect all the Tsum tsums together, and then that'll deal some damage. The Tsum tsums can fall on you, thus crushing you with their fluffy fluffness. It's a super unique enemy. I definitely recommend checking it out, if not for the jewels and other things that you can get, just because it is such a unique enemy, and I think everyone should take a look at it. So we're going to have that bonus time again for 30 minutes a day, and it is going to be your standard 750 level enemy that you have to pretty much topple over. Most of the OP players are going to be playing during that time, so those overpowered players are going to help you get through it, even if the best you can offer is to heal. So definitely hop in during those times, because it makes it a lot easier when you play with people that have those minus 60% defense traits. And then we are going to have 6 crossboards. They're all going to be Tsum tsum dolls, and I definitely think they're adorable, so definitely try and get those. And the Pluto one specifically is going to come with Raid Boss perk plus 5%, which is pretty good. Pretty solid. We have a lot of things with Raid Boss perk plus 5%. The rest of it is going to be a description of Union Cross. Hopefully by this time you guys have a good grasp of what Union Cross is. Tips on how to go about it. So again, if you're low leveled, you don't have a lot of good medals that can deal a lot of damage, be a healer. If you have medals that can do a lot of damage, don't focus too much on defense and just start smashing the enemy, because your allies hopefully will heal you. They'll recognize how much power you're doing, and they will keep reviving you, knowing that you are the party's powerhouse. Alright, so that's the Union Cross stuff for these next 2 weeks. The next thing is going to be some time challenge quests. Again, going to be some free jewels for people. All it takes is just a little bit of navigating to make sure you don't run into enemies. We do have a 0 AP campaign going on till the end of the month, so you can do this mission as many times as you want. If you run into an enemy and know you're not going to make that time limit, just jump out, jump back in. Costs you nothing. And it is going to be... See, this one's odd. What's odd about this particular one is that each mission only gives 180 jewels versus the standard 200 that we've gotten up until this point. So I don't know what the rationale was behind that. Maybe it's because with a 2-week Union Cross mission, they're saying, oh, they're getting more jewels than that, so let's go ahead and nerf the jewels that they get with the daily event. I'm not really sure why. I don't think it's a smart decision, because making jewels harder to access is just, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense, especially since jewels they're electronic currency. They, technically speaking, don't have any value into them until you actually pay for them. So I don't know why they're not a little bit more lenient about jewels. I'm still not sure why they haven't upped the daily login bonus for the jewels like Japan does. So here we have day 1 is 50, day 2 is 50, days 3 and 4 are 100, and day 5 is 200. In Japan, I believe it's 100, 100, 200, 200, 300. So, I don't know. I don't know what Senna's thinking. Square Enix, North America. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know why you're making this game harder as a game that a lot of people play and pay into. I don't know. There are people that are still converting to Japan from the global version. That's a whole different topic. That is a whole different can of worms that I don't want to open right now. The last update we have is going to be for KA11 VIP Quest Part 2 and more. So it's going to be for this week, and you're going to get 3,000 jewels plus the extra 1,400 from the KA11 missions. You're also going to get 4 copies of KA11. So if you got it last week, that's guilt. If not, it's still a good medal because it has a fantastic effect. I don't know, is it listed here? Bingo, here we go. Alright, so it deals 11 hits. For 1 turn, raises strength by 3 tiers and lowers target's power, speed, magic, defense by 2 tiers, and it also restores gauges. So this pretty much, for anyone who remembers back about a year ago when Illustrated Kyrie came out, this is a slap to that medal's face because it does the buffing for free, it does some debuffing, and it also restores gauges. So it's a really good medal to have. If you're new, I would say it's pretty staple to have a general attack up medal, especially one that raises by 3 turns. So that's already better than Piglet, that's already better than Pooh, that is already better than Illustrated Kyrie even. So granted, the difference is that Illustrated Kyrie heals you, but it's a really good medal and it costs nothing. So definitely invest into this. If you're new and you need some general tips, this is definitely a great medal to start off with. We are going to get gems again. So I talked about this in the gem video. They're pretty much just hashing gems at us. I don't know why. It's probably because they realize how OP the Fairy Star's Keyblade is, and maybe they're getting us prepared. Because as merciless as this game is with things like jewels, they tend to give you hints at what's coming up based on the VIP quests they give us, based on just a bunch of other things they're giving us. So I'm gonna say they're giving us gems now because of Fairy Stars. It is a 3-colored Keyblade, so it's gonna require a lot of gems of each color, so maybe that's why. And then we have VIP Magic Mirror quests. So looking ahead, maybe it's because we've got tier 6s now. We're gonna need more magic mirrors just because of the range. I believe it's now 100 to 180, so you could potentially be using 80 magic mirrors to max guilt that tier 6. So maybe they're just throwing magic mirrors at us for that purpose. And that's it. That's all the weekly updates. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will try my best to get to them. But that's all I got for this video. Until the next one, everyone, take it easy.